In this video, I'll summarize the plot of Beowulf in about 4 minutes, breaking it down into 7 segments, which you can see on the left of the screen, right here. Okay, let's get started with the introduction. The epic begins in Denmark, where King Hrothgar's great hall, Heorot, is under attack by a monstrous creature named Grendel. For 12 years, Grendel has terrorized the Danes, killing warriors each night. Beowulf, a noble warrior from the land of the Geats, hears of Hrothgar's plight and sails across the sea with his men to offer help. When he arrives, he is welcomed by the Danes and boasts of his past victories, declaring that he will defeat Grendel without using weapons to prove his strength and bravery. That night, Beowulf and his men stay in Heorot, awaiting Grendel's arrival. The monster bursts into the hall, killing one of Beowulf's men before turning his attention to Beowulf. A fierce battle ensues, and Beowulf, using only his bare hands, manages to overpower Grendel. He wrenches the monster's arm from its socket, mortally wounding him. Grendel flees to his lair in the swamp to die, and Beowulf hangs the severed arm from the rafters of Heorot as a trophy. The Danes celebrate Beowulf's victory, but their joy is short-lived. Grendel's mother, enraged by the death of her son, attacks Heorot the next night, killing one of Hrothgar's closest advisors and taking Grendel's arm back to her underwater lair. Hrothgar, devastated, pleads with Beowulf to defeat this new threat. Beowulf accepts the challenge and prepares for battle, receiving a legendary sword named Hrunting from a Danish warrior named Unferth. Beowulf dives into the dark waters of Grendel's mother's lair, where he is immediately attacked. He fights the monstrous creature, but his borrowed sword proves ineffective. In a moment of desperation, he spots a massive, ancient sword within the lair and uses it to strike Grendel's mother, killing her. After the battle, he discovers Grendel's lifeless body and decapitates it as a final act of vengeance. He returns to Heorot with Grendel's head as proof of his victory. Having rid the Danes of their monstrous enemies, Beowulf is honoured with treasure and gifts from Hrothgar. He bids farewell and sails back to Geatland, where he is welcomed as a hero. Beowulf presents his spoils to his own king, Hygelac, and Queen Hygd, proving his loyalty and strength. After Hygelac's death, Beowulf eventually ascends to the throne and rules Geatland peacefully for 50 years. Beowulf's final challenge arises when a dragon awakens, furious that a thief has stolen a cup from its hoard of treasure. The dragon begins terrorizing the land, burning villages and killing Beowulf's people. Now an aging king, Beowulf decides to face the dragon himself, knowing that this will likely be his last battle. He gathers a small group of warriors and confronts the beast in its lair. However, his men, except for one loyal warrior named Wiglaf, flee in fear. Beowulf fights bravely but is mortally wounded by the dragon's fiery breath. Wiglaf remains by his side, striking the fatal blow that kills the dragon. As Beowulf lies dying, he reflects on his life and asks Wiglaf to build a grand burial mound by the sea so that sailors can remember him. He gives Wiglaf his golden necklace, recognizing him as his successor. Beowulf dies a hero's death, and the Geats mourn their fallen king, honouring his legacy by fulfilling his final wish. And that concludes the summary of Beowulf. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in more legendary tales like this one, be sure to check out my next video.